You're going to have to let me think here a minute.
Or one that you really enjoyed?
Uh, I I don't know. We went out west for about 2 or 3 weeks,
Oh, that was a long trip.
and that was a long trip. And I enjoyed it, but by the time we got home, you and I was both tired of it.
Yeah, I think we were all
And we
ready
was
to be
glad to
home.
get to go to Branson for 4 or 5 days.
Mm-hmm.
But it was a good trip.
Tell me about your faith.
Now what?
Your faith.
My faith,
Uh-huh.
my
Like,
religion.
yeah, like your like church and stuff. Tell me what your thought is on that.
I don't have a thought I know.
Okay, what is that?
Well, it's the Lord Jesus, and I believe in Him, been saved, and I go to church just about every Sunday. I read my Bible every day, practically. Say my prayer every night, and just kind of read out of the morning, say thank you or something to think about it. And I've had a lot of prayers answered. I had started having them answered that I can remember whenever I was in the Army.
Oh, that's wonderful.
And that was back a long time ago. And I put the Bible while I was in the Army, all the way through in my shirt pocket. And I never got in any trouble. And that was during the Korean War, but I didn't go overseas. But I had a lot of prayers answered.
Right, right. Do you have a favorite story that you like to tell?
All of my stories are favorite.
Yes.
I can't think of any particular one. They're all good.
Okay. What's your favorite food?
Oh, I'd say meat.
Like possum?
Like what?
Possum?
No, beef.
Beef. Okay. What's your least favorite food?
Uh, Sweet potatoes.
Really? Sweet potatoes. Okay. What's your favorite dessert?
Probably ice cream.
What flavor of ice cream?
No, chocolate.
What's your favorite type of drink?
Coke.
Coke. Like Coke Classic?
Just a regular Coke.
Regular Coke. Okay.
Or Dr. Pepper.
Tell me about your first house. The first house that you owned.
First house I owned, I bought in 1980. I would have been 27 years old, I guess.
In 1980?
I'm sorry, 1960.
Okay.
1960.
Mm-hmm.
I'd have been 27 years old. And I bought that. It was a house on Jefferson Street, straight across the street from Hawker Gas Company. And in fact, there's a bank in there where on part of my land that I used to own. And I bought that and went to the bank, borrowed the money by myself, started making payments on it. And then I enjoyed that house. It was good to me for a couple of 3 years. I made a little money on it.
How much did you pay for it?
$8,600.
And how many rooms did it have?
2 bedroom, living room, dining room, and kitchen upstairs, and then had a basement.
Was it brick or?
Rock.
It was rock. Okay. Tell me about your first car.
It was a Model A Ford. Deadbolt.
In what year?
Well, I don't know. Back then, they had to be in the late 20s. I'm trying to say that it was probably around 19 and 28 to 30. It's a Model A Ford.
Any general gardening tips? Like if you're going to make a garden, plant a garden, any tips that you would suggest?
Stay out of it yourself and let somebody else do the work.
Spoken by Joe Graven. All right, I like that one. What types of pets did you have growing up?
You just name it, and we just about had it. We've had cats, dogs, birds, crows, hawks.
Hawks
Yeah.
and
owls.
crows as pets?
Yeah, we'd shoot them and hit a wing or something, try and shoot them, get them, and then we'd keep them. And dogs, anything, horses.
I'm still interested about this crows and hawks as pets. What did you do? I mean, did you pet them? Did they do tricks? What did you do with them, or did you just nurse them until they died?
No. We'd be out with a 22 trying to kill one of them. Let's catch them, we'd hide, and they'd come in the land trying to eat. We'd shoot them with the 22. Well, once in a while, you'd just wing one, and he couldn't fly, and you'd run out there and get him. We'd take him back to the house and operate on him, cut the wing off there that it was crippled on, and nurse him back to health in a cage, and then put a rope around his foot. We'd go up and put him in I can remember a spot, especially up there. We'd take him up, put him out in this field, and we'd hide. Dale and I would hide by the fence, and he'd put him out there, and he'd start hollering, and other crows would come in. As they come in, we'd try to shoot them. I don't know whether they ever killed him or not, but they did. And that one would probably eventually get away. We had 2 or 3 of them.
Okay.
One thing we never had a skunk. We had we never had groundhogs. We had coons, pets. We had a lot of pets. Rabbits, squirrels.
What was your favorite pet?
A dog.
Your dog? Which dog?
Josh.
Josh. And we actually have a picture of Josh over here on the wall. Josh, the golden retriever. He was everybody's favorite dog, I believe. And then there's Joe. What is something that you have been really good at?
Resting, sleeping.
What else have you been really good at?
Just taking it easy.
Getting other people to do your work for you?
Well, I've had a few of them to do that.
What is the most daring thing you have done? There's
Get her
Barb.
out of here. She didn't hear that about me trying to get other people to do the work, did she?
I knew that.
Now, what did you ask about?
Barb is aware of the situation.
Very much so.
But that I got along with the people pretty good.
What is something, I asked you, what is something that you've been really good at? And you said basically getting other people to do stuff for you, right?
No, just help me.
I think he needs a shovel. What is the most daring thing you have done?
You mean fun-wise?
Any-wise.
Financially wise, health wise.
No, the most daring thing you've done. Like, have you ever done anything really risky or really kind of crazy in life that you can think of?
I've done a lot of stuff like that, but I can't think of any particular thing now. I've done so much of it. I don't know. The most daring thing that I've done, but I never got to do it, was whenever I was young, I started taking airplane lessons. And I got the book studied here, where I took the ground school here at Lebanon. But your mother was pregnant with you then, so I quit. But what really bothered me, I'd went ahead and gone it, but they told me when you got up in the air, I went up in the air once with a pilot, but they said you had to, before you get your license, you had to get up in the air and by yourself, and the plane stalled, and it nosedived to the ground, and you'd have to pull it out of there, and that always bothered me. So I never did get that for it.
Yeah, no kidding.
But I thought if I could get that for it, I could get my buddy, James, and when he come in to the fort, we could jump in that plane and go to Springfield and have a cup of coffee and then come back home. And I looked at a plane that's at a sports show in St. Louis, and they had turned up on show in there, and I looked at it 1 week or 2 or 3 different times. But I never did go, and I still got the back books out of them on that.
What is something that few people know about you?
Well, I don't know. They know about it. They know me just about whatever I do. I don't hide anything.
What is your model of business? Like if you were, like when you have something you need to have done, what's your model of business when it comes to people working for you?
Well, I've always been good to work for. Is that what you mean?
Mm-hmm.
I'd give them incentives to work whenever I run the motel. This you can laugh at. The maids, they would be cleaning the rooms, but they got to where they wouldn't sweep under the beds, vacuum sweep it. So to get them to change that, I'd go down and slip a $5 bill underneath the bed, somewhere down through there. And then they'd all go ahead and work all day and not say a word. And if they found that dollar bill, they got to keep it. But if they didn't find it, I'd go down and bring it back up about noon. Tell them, so, look here what you missed. And then I turned around and I done that with the salesman at the car lot when I was working for Montgomery's. The salesman worked for me. They got to where they were coming in late to work at 8 o'clock. So I got to where I'd go over and I'd lay down some money on the table. And when they come in, the first one there got it. So that didn't take very long till they all got there on time.
Now I remember going back to the pet question. I remember that at one point you decided that you had a need to buy an exotic animal. What type of animal was that? Or you did own at one point something and it bit your finger. Do you remember that? And it wore diapers?
Oh, a monkey?
Yeah. Tell me about that. Didn't you own a monkey at some point?
Yeah, I bought one off of Vernon McClanahan out on 64. And I just happened to go, and I was trading or wising off about something. So going down through there looking at his pets that he had on the exhibit. Come across this monkey. He showed it to me, and I said, boy, that is a pretty one. I'd love to have it. He said, would you? And I said, yeah. He said, what would you give for that? I said, $100. He said, pay me. So I paid him, but I left the monkey there and didn't know what I was going to do with it. Well, the guy come by that checked fire extinguishers at the resort and at the cafe from Springfield. He come by and checking them. I knew him, and I told him, I started telling him about this monkey. And we kept talking about it and fished a lot in Springfield. And I was talking to him, and I sold him the monkey. And I got my money back out of it and never really have to pick it up. And he used to come back to the place and talk about that monkey, going with him out in the boat, fishing, and staying with him in the boat. But I didn't need it because I didn't need no part of it. I bought it and I didn't want it. But yeah, I had it.
Any other good stories that you would like to share? Or anything else you can think of?
No, I never done too much stuff.
Well, thank you very much for your time. I really do appreciate it.
That's all right. Just give me a check.
Always after a buck.
Say thank you, babe. Love you.
Love you too, Daddy.